What's up, guys? That really gross guy here. We are back, and Nova Deluxe has dropped into Warframe, and at just the right time. Not just Nova Deluxe though, but the Scarlet Spear update as well. We all know there's some craziness going on in the world right now. This is probably the most appropriate time for this content drop to happen because a lot of us need some stuff to do. And if you are, a big fan of Warframe, which I'm assuming why you are here, then this is going to be an update that's going to give you something to do, fortunately. So anyways, Nova Deluxe is going to be what this video is about. It's the Atomica Deluxe, which kind of has some controversy going on around her because there is this concept design you can see here, and you can see a major difference between these two designs is the concept design had a lot of energy, a significant amount of energy more than this one does, flowing throughout the entire skin, which you don't really see as much of in this skin. I would like to see, even though I do like what we have in game, I think it looks really, really nice. We'll take a deep look at that in just a few moments. But I also like this concept design and that energy level. I didn't know if there was some sort of complication that made this not feasible in game. Maybe that energy, texture, and all that stuff was going to take more of a toll on the computer. I don't know. Anyways, but I would like to see, if possible, Digital Extremes almost make like a toggleable alternate design for this skin, similar to the way we have on Prime frames, where we can toggle on and off the Prime like accessories, the unique stuff for the Prime frames. If we could toggle on and off something that closer resembles the concept art, so we have almost like a overlying layer of that energy design or flow or something like that, I think that'd be pretty cool. If it's not possible or they just don't want to do it, I understand, but I really like the concept design, and part of me wishes we had that, but at the same time I also really like this design, so I'm a little bit torn. I'm gonna take a deeper look at the design, but let me know in the comments below, either at the end of the video when you've seen this all the way through, or maybe you have the skin already and you prefer the concept design, or you don't. I'd like to know your opinions in the comments below. But without further ado, let's get down and take a look at this wonderful skin down in our little arsenal. So, jumping in, we have our Nova Prime. I'm going to farm up another Nova Prime specifically so I can make an Atomica like loadout set kind of deal. I'm big into farming up frames to have multiple different loadouts for different frames. I have like I have tons of Excaliburs, lots of Nova designs, all sorts of stuff, but I'm going to be farming up another Nova Prime here soon. I have all but one part, so I'm going to work on that. But anyways, there's the default coloration. Looks pretty awesome. When it comes to her texture and design and all that stuff, what really stands out and I like the most probably about this skin is these metallics, because they have a texture in there that gives me kind of a carbon fiber feel, which I think looks really, really cool. It makes her seem lighter. If you're familiar with carbon fiber, it's very strong, sturdy material, but it's also very lightweight, which makes sense for a very agile frame like Nova is. Very cool, very feminine as well. And what I mean by that is she is well formed and curvy, we'll say. If you notice her previous variations, she is a bit less so. There's, I like, not in any negative way, but I do want to point out that this deluxe skin in general even beats out some of the other frames in the game, is very feminine and curvy, when some of the other frames kind of err more on the side of being like a cybernetic android cyborg ninja. It seems more that style than something that is much more humanoid and feminine. So that's different. Whether it's good or bad, it's up to you. I have a feeling most of you are going to err on the side of that's good. Because you like these curves as much as I do. I mean, you like these curves as much as everybody else does. Anyways, but in general, the metallics, a big fan of that. The energy color that flows throughout this design and the arms, We'll take a closer look at the helmet here in a minute, but the hands, you can see, we'll even get in here, and instead of doing the Octavia, we'll jump on the Nova so that we can get a better look at these hands. You can see that they're like self-contained with these more skeleton-like like fingers, but are mostly composed of this crazy energy flow that is flowing throughout Nova, which I think is a really cool design. I like it. I like it quite a bit. In general, the line work, pretty nice, pretty fantastic. It's in a lot of good places. It also stays true to a lot of what Nova is. Just number one being a slim and agile frame, but at the same time, like these legs have this little energy deal going on in it. Has a little bit of energy nodes throughout the skin as well in some very, very nice places, which also stays true to the default skin and the prime skin and all that good stuff. Looked really cool. Like I said, line work, metallics, all in some awesome places. One thing I also want to point out is these feet. Look at these dope looking feet. Okay, so they're like the opposite of high heels. They're like no heels. It comes down, and this is like her foot. You know, like this little area is like her foot, but then it's got like this like protruding flat heel like thing that it looks really, really cool. Like down here is hollow, and then in between this part and her actual heel is hollow. It almost looks like these help having an extra spring in her step, which makes her as extra agile or be able to bullet jump farther and cooler and all that stuff. It looks super cool, something you don't see in a lot of frames, but you'll notice that a lot of recent additions to the game are really emphasizing unique designs in the feet and of course helmets and stuff, but usually the feet used to be just kind of bulky and whatnot, but you can really see that extra detail and extra effort put into the little things on a lot of these deluxe skins and new Warframes that are coming out, which I love. These feet are dope. I'm not really a foot person. It's kind of gross, but otherwise this is dope. It's like a I don't know. It's like a little extra that makes her extra agile and dope. I don't know. I like it. I like it quite a bit. But anyways, if we want to take a quicker look and a more detailed look at the helmet, kind of come over here and kind of do that. I love the helmet. I love the helmet quite a bit. I love these, the face with those separated little like nodules, whatever you want to say, that is in her helmet doing her thing. She looks really, really awesome. The energy flow and line work that goes around that and like her faceplate is really, really interesting. It has like this flame-like or Nexus style, like I don't know, the rear end that goes to her ventilation area, which stays true to Nova as well, but very flame-like or Nexus-like. Has that energy flow coming out of it, which looks really, really awesome. I like this quite a bit. Helmet, really, really awesome. I don't know. There's not too much else to say about the design, I guess, all that much. But I enjoy it. I enjoy it quite a bit. Like I said, I would like to see that more energy-heavy design. But I am pretty happy with what we have here. Look at Nova being all cutesy and dancy and whatnot. Pretty awesome. A lot of people big fans of Nova, and I feel like this does pretty good justice to her in her design and all that stuff. But still curious to see what you guys think about her overall, design in the comments below. But we're gonna go through. We're gonna show you my alternate designs. And we'll go through and randomize as well for those of you who are looking for some inspiration for your builds, and we'll get right into it. So jumping into my first selection is something that really sticks with kind of my theme that I do in game, which is more Orican-like. Some whites and grays mixed with kind of like gold or yellowish type textures with some blue energy color or blue metallics or stuff here or there. I straight up just switched over from my Asuri skin. So if you want a closer look, this was my previous design, which I really, really love, and I'm actually going to keep. Part of the reason why I'm going to farm up another Nova Prime is so that I can keep these previous designs that I really, really enjoyed, but at the same time have my own separate build for the Atomica skin. So, but if you are curious, we're running with that. I think that looks really, really cool. For those of you who like this aesthetic, you could follow these guidelines and get something pretty similar. It's also pretty easy to swap out like this gray with like a blue, if this is the one I'm thinking of. I was playing around with this a little bit, and get this to be a little bit more blue, a little bit less orcany, I guess you could say, a little bit more like a frost frame with some frost colorations. I think maybe even these accents you could swap out for some silvers or grays, or even go stay with the blues. It's up to you. But you could swap this around just a little bit and make it a little bit different, and that would work for you. But anyways, if we move on, we have this more earthy like color. I'm trying to get different color schemes that can kind of inspire different types of people. So this is a little bit more earthy. I even left the Baruch Noble animation on here because I felt like this earthy kind of look gives me kind of Baruch feels, more monk-like feels, and I think it's pretty cool. I think it fits her even just as well with I don't know. She's more of a disciplined frame, I'd say, and I feel like this animation fits it. The color scheme fits it. It's got those darker, earthy colors with the browns and like dark tans, whatever you want to say. We got some green in the metallics, which the carbon fibery look I think looks really good. It's even got that green energy flow, which is really interesting. You could also maybe swap that out if you really wanted to. You could swap that out with more of like a watery color. Let's see. That's wrong color scheme. The emissives. Let's switch over here. There's green. If you wanted to go with the blues, blue watery, it's up to you. I don't know. I like kind of the earthy kind of look. Anyways, moving past this one, which I think looks fantastic, we'll jump into a little bit more feminine kind of a look. It's got this pink, not too bright of a pink. I actually had this a lot more vibrant, and what was it? It was more like this. It was one of these. It was more like one of these, and I was like, hey, you know what? A little less vibrant, a little bit more flat. Actually, to me, it feels a little bit better. So I went a little bit more flat. I left this this metallic be more carbon fiber-esque. I think it looked really, really good. The whites, I tend to run a lot of base whites with my frames, and then with an accent color. I think this looks great. This could definitely be tweaked if you want to keep a little bit of a pink kind of design or a feminine kind of design. You could easily tweak this to be something a little bit different. You could go right into blues, which would be really, really nice. You could go right into purples, which could be really, really nice. If you wanted to go yellows, looks pretty good as well. So yeah, that's kind of up to you. Even that teal looks pretty nice. Greens, maybe a little bit more toxic kind of a feel if that's more your style. A lot of potential with just a simple color change in this color scheme, and maybe it inspires you a little bit. I hope it does. And then jumping out of this one, we will go over to this one. Very similar deal. It's got the orange in certain spots, which I felt like accented it a little bit. It went with this green kind of teal look. In fact, now that I kind of went over to that other color scheme, I almost think that other green looked a little better. I don't remember which tab it was in. It was like a teal. Yeah, maybe it was in here. Yeah, maybe I swapped that out. I'm not going to do it right now because I'll probably experiment a little bit more with it. But even that looks pretty cool. But yeah, if you want to go with something a little bit more green, a little bit more radiation kind of look, you could go this route. Looks pretty cool. I like it. Orange is just in there to kind of mix it up. If you like that orange metallic, you can run with that. Or you could swap it up to be kind of like this green look to stick with that color scheme. You could go a little bit crazy, get in some reds. You can get it pretty much whatever you want. But like I said, it's about inspiration. It's about allowing you to kind of get in here, see something you like, and tweak it to your own personal taste. And I hope you find something you like. Getting into the last ones, and of course, I'm going to go through and change a few of these, just so you can see something a little bit more, it's edgy. A lot of people like those red and blacks. Not quite my design, but I've straight up pulled this from my Asuri design because I had it looking like this, and I didn't want to lose this color scheme. So when I completely swapped it over to the Atomica set, it was close to what I would build Atomica if I was going to go that red and black, or with a little bit of whites or grays or whatever in there. It's close to what I would do, but if I were to change anything on the skin to go that route of being very edgy edgelord kind of designs, I would probably slip in a red in this color slot so she would look like this, or I would slip in a not white, I would slip in like a off gray. Need to find a better gray, maybe down in the smoke palette or the Orican palette. Slip in something like that to kind of change it up. It's up to you. I'm just showing this because I know there are the edgier kind of people in my audience, so if you're interested in that, you can. We have the ability to maybe change the metallics to that color scheme as well. So if you wanted to go with the grays, you get a little bit of that in there. Make it your kind of taste, your influence. You could make this the red color, which would add that little extra red you're looking for. Or if you're saying, you know what, I like red and black, but I really don't want that to be the foundation of my frame, you could very simply take this color scheme and go white, or go like a light, light gray. And I think it looks really, really good as well. You still get that red and black that you kind of seek, a little bit of that edgy look, but you still keep it maybe more pure, a little bit more, I don't know. I like this. In fact, this might be a color scheme I end up doing with my Atomica design. I like it quite a bit, but because I am going to keep this specific Nova Prime as an Asuri design, I'm going to have this kind of design here. But yeah, Atomica will be a thing. It just is going to be on a separate Nova. And then lastly, of course, we go through some random colors to see if you guys find anything you like. What I like to do here is go through Randomized. Feel free to stop the video if you see something you like here and you would like to try to copy it down to the best of your ability in this color palette over here. You can do that. But yeah, we're gonna go through Randomize a few times, well, several times. And like I said, feel free to stop the video if you see something that inspires you. I'll point out some that maybe fit my personal taste and something that I might, try to copy down in the future. But because I already have all my other loadouts set to how I want this Atomica to look, if I see something I like, I'm probably going to have to just skip over it and randomize again, just so that you guys can get as many possible, alternate variations to maybe, make a Nova Atomica of your own. But we'll go through a few times. Hopefully you have already gained some inspiration from my previous loadouts kind of looks. If you have, let me know. Or if, like I said, if you're talking about the concept design and how you feel about that, let me know. Maybe it's made you decide that you do not want Nova Atomica, it's not for you. Then, I'm glad that I was able to get you to realize that, so you didn't have to waste your platinum on a skin that you didn't really enjoy. Or if you are one of those people, oh, that looks really, really good. Really, really good. I like that quite a bit. It's a little bit too similar to something I already have, but there you have it. If you are trying to get a little bit inspired by something maybe I have, but you want a little different, there you go. Yeah, or maybe I've made you decide that, you know what, Nova Atomica looks fantastic. I'm gonna pick it up myself. Then now you know, and I'm glad I was able to inspire you to pick it up. If not, there are other Tenogen designs for Nova in the Tenogen area if you are interested in that. If you like the Tenogen content or are willing to support those creators, you can go that route. But yeah, I'll go through here a few more times. And lastly, as I pop through some of these, I do just want to say, I know that things are crazy in the world right now. I personally, I work in distribution for food. I load trucks full of food. You guys may have seen a video about this previously. I load trucks full of food, and it's a little bit crazy in the world right now. I know a lot of you guys have some spare time, so that Scarlet Spear might be your focal point for the next few days to bust out that content and enjoy that. What I want to say is I hope everybody stays happy and healthy. I wish you the best of luck and health and all of that. I threw this up there behind the actual the frosty type design looks absolutely fantastic. I like this a lot. But I did want to throw up here, not like throw up, but I did want to toss up here. We all live together. This is a little bit of a motto that we see in Warframe, especially the Fortuna deal that came out, and there was a lot of support, a lot of people, just supporting each other and being awesome. I just want to kind of remind everybody we all live together in this community. Stay happy, stay safe, support each other, because we can't do this on our own. This is a crazy time. There's health risks, there's people who are vulnerable, and it's up to us to kind of look out for one another. And hopefully, like I said, everybody stays happy, healthy. No tragedies, I hope, come into play in your life. I know I personally have to be careful because there are people in my life who are either at that age where this could be deadly to them, or it just have immunity problems, and they have to look out for that as well. So just be mindful, look out for each other, and like I said, we all live together. So that is going to be it from me, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. This last one I stopped on. It's actually pretty nice. I hope I inspired you, and I would love to see you guys again in the next video. Blow!